I've already received letters from British Columbia, down to the east coast of Newfoundland, up as far as Alaska, and down to the Florida coast. What happened to my old clothes? Well, they got burnt. Here I am, modeling for Sears. Sears US, by the way. Well, I'm starting to make that bar. I got some wood to rip up. First I'm going to plane it. A couple of pieces I'm going to run through are no big deal, but about 5 or 6 down the road you're going to find them a little bit interesting. I'm going to let her run anyway. You're supposed to sit here and watch me plane wood and watch the French channel on TV or something, isn't it? Now the camera's out in the light looking into the shop here, which is dark. That's the garage. Or the garage. So like it might not be as clear as what it could be, but what I need is like it would have to be as bright in here as it is out there. That's pretty hard to get it going that way. But I'll turn on the vacuum and fire up the planer and see what we can get going here.
The power feed turned on. Maybe pushing her back in place. Slipped up against it and turned it off or something. But this is the opener for the bar that you see me planing up here now. For a minute I changed my mind and figured, well, you don't want to sit and watch this all night, so I turned it off. I'm going to turn the volume down on here so I don't get that feedback coming through. And I know I'm coming through still, even though I can't hear it on here anymore. I hope. I picked up another VCR. I got 2 here. 3 now actually hooked in here together, counting the camera. And I'm I'm recording off the camera 1 tape for myself to keep and 1 for you to keep. And look at that's the big boards coming through there. Look at this. This one coming out of the planer now, another one ready to go in. I think one was 16 and a half, the other one was 18 and a half inches. It was a shame to have to rip those ones up. And the 1-inch squares, well, not that bad, right? She tried to get away from me. No, that was the first one. That big one, first wasn't a wide one. It was the first wide one here now coming through. if I mentioned earlier or not, but I got a chance to there, but those things you seen first, those measurements, and that was up at the French River there where the bar is going. In case as I was making it, I forgot something, how, you know, it fit in the corner or whatever, I could, instead of trying to remember or visualize what it looked like, well then, you know, looking at it on tape again would refresh my memory. You see how it's like an archway cut through, and in that cut through is where I made the old part over like a canopy that goes over the top.
That's a piece of board, isn't it? Lord, thundering boys! That's a piece of board. I'll back her up and show you what I do, what I made up when she comes off the roller. I haven't got my remote replaced yet. That was just the shit when I got stolen in Washington. What happens when it rolls off the rollers? It rolls over to the pile here. If the pile gets too high, I'll move it off to one side.
That was a commercial break there. Sorry about that.
Ta-da! Well, here's a look at front panel for the long part of the bar. That's 132 3/8 inches long. Now it's going to go 8 feet across that end back here. That's too hard to handle, so what I done, I got it split, see? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn a spindle. This is 38 inches high. Now this will sit above the 3.5 inch kick, right? This will be 3.5 inches in underneath this with an oak facing for the toe kick. This is 38. So what I'm going to do now is turn a spindle 38 inches long to be from the bottom of this to the top. Cut the spindle in half. I'm going to take half and put it right on over here. You've got to cover up this seam from bottom to top. I'm going to take the other half and quarter it. Then I'm going to take the quarter piece, this butts up against the wall, and put it in this corner. Take the other quarter that's left over from the half and put it in the far side. So I have a quarter spindle in each end and a half spindle down the center one here. And it's exactly halfway, so to make it look like it's put there for decorations. I don't want to put one down on each style. I don't think I'll need it unless it looks out of place after I get it done. But that's two I got to put together. I'm going to start putting the 8-foot one together now, so I'll bring the camera in there and we'll take a look at what I'm doing in there and have a little chit-chat. Now, gotta make sure what I'm doing, putting together a jigsaw puzzle. I was meaning to go in and bring out the camera when I was doing some of the shaping and grooving out for the stiles and the rails. Everything just went so smooth that when I started, I didn't have to stop for any reason, so I just kept on going. Stick this on here. You watch me. Normally when I do something like this, I got the radio turned off, as I have it turned off now. And you got to keep your wits about you by, as you know. You got to stay one step ahead of yourself to know what you're going to be doing. Well, I ain't doing that. I'm going to be yakking as I'm going. So you know what I'm doing. I'm leaving myself wide open to make a mistake here. But hopefully not, right? This is not a live program, so if you do see any mistakes, don't phone in, please. No phone calls will be accepted right now. This is just a funny block there. It's the male of the cutter sets. It's a block I had left, or actually it's not a block I had left. It's one I've made up that I use for my templates. Just so the top end of the clamp here don't mess up this cut that I got here in the style. There we go. Now I pop in my panel. There we go. How do you like your glue? You get a chance to use her up. All these panels now are already pre-sanded. In here, I'm sanding them with the vibrator. Instead of trying to get in there now with a piece of sandpaper and going back and forth and cross-graining it, I sanded them with the vibrator. Boy, what a difference. Faster, easier. The end grain is darn near as smooth as the edge now. Like so. Pull that in there. And then I just put this on here to keep her snug for a couple of minutes. Swing them both ways there, you know. Cafe hinge, I think they call it. Something like that anyway. And that's what I gotta put on there. Well, that's marked, the next one is marked. Because you gotta run them through freehand and let her go on the rub bearing, eh? Like here, for instance, this was the round top, the crown. You couldn't run it against the fence. You got to freehand it against that big cutter that hauls that out of there. But I made up a jig for it. And it works good, boy. Scared the hell out of me the first time you use it, so I wasn't too sure what's going to happen when that oak touched up against that cutter, but no sweat. Give her a little pat, get her in place where that glue starts to set up. Why don't take long. By the time I'm done, I'm gonna take the last clamp off again and bring it up and put it in the shop, in your garage out there, and start over. So ain't got time. I'll be here for a year. Bad enough now. That's where it goes. Just want to take a look at this first. Whew. Right on the money, honey. Down here, so. I'm going to put this here to be my helping hand. big bar molding, I ordered it from Toronto. This wrong plant today. I ordered the big nose molding that goes on the bar top. I ordered it from Toronto. It's being sent down by courier. I can only find it in one place here in Windsor, and that was at one of the big cabinet shops in town, Ontario Cabinet. It's worth $11.50 a foot. You'll see it. If you had to make it up yourself. At one of the shows, I picked up a catalog and got talking to a guy from Oak Specialties Limited or some friggin' thing in Toronto. $6.80 a foot versus $11.50 a foot. That leaves me $120 some odd difference. It's not going to cost me anywhere near that in shipping to get that sent down from Toronto. So I got two 12-foots coming down. Because even on my 8-foot side here, I got to go back a foot. And of course it's coming out 6 inches out over on each side too because of itself. So on the 8 I'm going to need 9. Yeah, I'm building this sucker around a post. It makes it even worse. Everything's got to, you know, fit here, fit there. Makes it a pain in the butt, but I was told life is a bitch. I guess life isn't not supposed to be easy either, so what the hell? Heck. Well, that's 2. Now, just beyond where this one's going to go, better be 56 inches. For instance, that other one's going to come right there. So halfway between the two, that other line in between those two width lines now better be 56. And it is 54 and a half. And my blueprints, which are black and white, says it must be 54 and a half. So where did I get 56 from? On my other side, must be cut at approximately 54 and a half. So there you go. My mind was wrong, but what I was doing was right. 54 and a half it should be. That's what I said, didn't I? Right there. 54 and a half. I've been saying 56 all along. Good thing I didn't throw my papers away, eh? Whew! Lordy! I'm going to rub all those other lines off of there so I don't get mixed up. Well, I can't get mixed up anyway, but it's too far away. That's the only one I'm concerned with right now. Well, that's long enough for you. That one was hard to get off, wasn't it? And this is the last time I'm going to get away with this one. I'm going to have that on the wrong side. I'm going to have to keep moving that down because I can't shove an 8-foot clamp through the wall. Yeah, you wouldn't want to put that one in there, Randy. See, this will bring me up now. This next one I'm going to put on here will bring me up to the openings. Here, panel. I'm going to screw up enough doing things that I know, or doing things that I don't know that I shouldn't do, right? Leveled up. I'll slice this whole thing right down the center where the door opening will be. There we are. That's the same one I used in that position because I got the center of it marked. Now this goes cut right off, right up after the top rail goes down, of course. Back this off and use some leeway. So I got to put it on the front. Now my rag and the chisel right here. I also got a bunch of solid brass ornaments. Fixtures. No, not fixtures. What would you call them? Ornaments, I guess. The book I got here got all sorts in it. They got the wreath. They got the eagle. They got another one that looks like this. It's 5.5 inches wide and 2.5 inches high. And it's just a fancy little scrolly thing, okay? I'm putting one of them on here, all the way around the bar. I gotta come up 8 feet here and go 11 feet that way. One on each panel. Not putting nothing on this one. Just on here, on each one. And I got another one that matches it, but different again, just to, you know, have a difference, eh? That's going around the top one, the top panel. Okay, here's the last two in place. These here now just look like a baby's ass. I don't know whether I'm going to get stain stick to them or not. I'm going to probably go over them with a wet rag first and open them up. They're not sanded, they're polished. These aren't yet. They'll get done now. What I deliberately, I hope, I deliberately made these panels about, between a 16th and an 8th. What's that? 3/32 or whatever. Lower than this. Okay? These are dropped back. So now what's going to happen? This whole thing, this way, is going through the sander, the big drum sander. So this is going to be great because this is the way the grain is going. This is going to be great. This is the way the grain is going. But all of our so-called styles here are going to be cross-sanded. So I'm going to have to take the hand sander after and sand this up through here. You see, each style up through to take out the cross sand marks.